Hey guys, we are back at the New York Auto Show for 2026, and we are in the Nissan section of the show, and we are in front of the 2026 Nissan Sentra. It was completely redesigned for the 2026 year. They added a little bit more length to the body, but they are keeping that 2-liter four-cylinder with about 149 horsepower and 146 pound-feet of torque, and with a continuously variable transmission. Now, whether that is a good choice or not, we'll find out. But Nissan says that they have updated that continuously variable transmission, so we'll see how that goes. And this SR trim, which is one of the top trims, is riding on these really, really nice Hancock tires right here. Very beautiful. All right, getting inside of the 2026 Sentra. It is a bit small, which is to be expected. It is their smaller sedan that they offer, but the materials in here are pretty nice. It is hard touch, but it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like an American cheap. Nissan has really upped the quality. And what we do see in this new Sentra is pipe lining on the interior, which is really nice. We got a nice full glove box. It's not too far going up to the windshield. And this interior is really nice. The steering wheel is nice and thick. They're doing the two-spoke steering wheel, which they're doing for almost all of their cars. And this is the CVT. It feels pretty nice. In all their other cars, they're doing like a push button type of transmission, but I'd prefer a good handle to use for shifting. Here is a wireless charger, two USB-Cs. We got a smoker style outlet. The start stop button is right here. We got two cup holders, which are pretty nice. We got the parking brake. We have auto hold and auto stop start. Now, this center console area is actually quite deep. This is quite deep. This is plenty that you'll need for this type of car. We got the windshield. Sorry, the rear view mirror. We got sunglass holders, and there's a manual moon roof right here. We got the side mirrors, automatic light when you turn it on, and these mirrors you are able to adjust. You have the locks over here by the driver's side. You have the one touch down for the driver's side, but manual hold for all other three. And I really like the styling that they did for these air vents. It's really nice. It is touch for the heated seating and the cooling seating, but this is the new style that Nissan is going for, and so far it seems to be paying off pretty nicely. We got the HVAC system all over here, heated and cool steering for passenger and driver. And let's get to the screen. You're able to also to adjust your heated and cooled ceiling from the screen. And Nissan has really upped the technology for as far as how reactive their screens have become. And if we look at over here on the driver's side, we see that it's a fully digital gauge cluster. We have your controls right here. I liked how they added there's a little knob right here that you can use very easily without having to think about it. And then there's a little knob over here on this side. It's a little different from the right that you can use for the settings on your gauge cluster. But every single button that you would need is right here on the two-spoke steering wheel. So let's get to the back and see how that is. All right, getting in the back seat. I was a little bit forward in my driving position, so I wasn't fully far back, as comfortable as I would like to be. But I'm about 5'11", close to 6 feet, and this isn't even my driving position, and my knees are touching the front seat. I do have some good space for my feet under the front seat, which is pretty good. And these seats, I love Nissan seats. Nissan seats are very comfortable. We see the nice piping and the perforation that we have for the left and right seats. We go over here. It's not a detachable headrest, but it is fairly good. And we take out the cup holder here. There is a nice stop to it without completely flipping over. And this feels really nice. It's almost like a sponge. It's very, very comfortable. If you're on the smaller side, this definitely would be more fitting. However, for a bigger person, the headroom is a bit limited. The seat room is a little bit limited. However, I'd say about decent road trips, maybe half an hour. Maybe I wouldn't recommend exceeding 45 minutes if you're a bigger person sitting in here. But it is very comfortable overall. So let's check the cargo area. All right, getting into the cargo area of the new Sentra. You can see, guys, that there is a really good amount of space in this Sentra. I'm almost all the way in, and I'm just touching the left seat over here. It is very, very deep. You open the understorage. You do have a little bit of room. This side is not painted. This side is not painted. Looks a little bit off, but you do have some decent storage here. And then you have a little cable that you could work on the headlamps. And then you just pull this button to be able to pull down the seats in the front. Yeah. You could be able to pull the seat forward. If the seat was a little bit more forward, it would go all the way down and make a nice entryway into the back seat. If you're hauling some 2x4s, you have some fishing rods, a golf set, that would be pretty nice. So guys, that is the review of the 2026 Nissan Sentra. Hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you on the next one.